everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monkey Around Reviews. Today we have the JLpow 27 watt dimmable and sound activated UV black light that works with both DMX and a remote control. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. So the first thing I see when I open up the box is a are you happy or unhappy with it? Please leave a review card. And then you see the actual light itself is in here. The first piece that comes out is brackets. So it's a side bracket with some thumb screws. And then the light. And that's all that's in the box. So we'll put that off to the side. Some foam pieces, and then the plastic bag that's all inside of. So I'll take this out. Oh, there are a few more things inside here. Alright, so what we got here is the instruction manual, the remote control. Now if you take a look, this remote control looks a lot different than most of the remote controls I've seen with some lighting equipment. This one does have power on and off, speed up and down, sensitivity up and down, all on, jump, flow, strobe, fade and flow. So a lot of these buttons are familiar that we've seen on other ones, but there's also a DMX button on the top corner of this one. That's that green button right there. Now this is the light itself. As you see, it is a little over a foot long. It's about the length of my arm if you go from the elbow to the hand here. On the front you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 LEDs. And on the back here you have a screen with some buttons. This is where all your settings in DMX will be, and then your DMX in and out. So I'm going to go ahead and get some power, plug this in, get a DMX controller, and we're going to see what this thing does. Be right back. Alright, so I got my DMX board. It's just the standard Obey 40 because this is a 7-channel light. So this can easily just bring up channels 1 through 7 easily without going through a crazy setup. I also have here a 4-pack of JLpow 25-foot 3-pin XLR cables. Like I said, they do come as a 4-pack, so as you see, 2 in here and then 2 in this bag here. So we're going to open this up, pull out a cable, and we'll just use this one here temporarily. So we'll put the input here and then the output out of the board. Right over there. So on the back of this light, there is this panel here. You can hit menu and it takes you through different settings. We are going to go back to where it said D001, which is DMX channel 1. Bring out the handy dandy instruction manual. Since there are 7 channels, it'll help explain what everything is. So channel 1 is your intensity. I bring it up, nothing's going to happen because it affects channels 2, 3, and 4. Channels 2 are going to be these 3 lights, 3, and 4. So I can actually bring up and down any of these that I want to here, and I can actually set different intensities by changing 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 becomes the master for all 3 of those. Alright, channel 5 is the actual strobing. So right now, nothing's happening on 5 because it's at 0. I bring it up, and it's a slow strobe. And as I bring it up even farther, it's a faster strobe, and of course all the way up, a super fast strobe. So channel 5 is the strobe for the channels 1 through 4. All right, channel 6 is another way to control them all. Right now we're at 0. 0 through 10 does manual control, which is what we were just doing. If we take it up 11 through 50, it's in auto mode. So here's in that area there, and you're going to see that it's just going to kind of do different things that it wants to do. Channels 51 through 90, that's going to be an always on. So that should be right about there. 91 through 130, that's your strobe mode. And you can actually use channel 7 to change the speed of the strobe. So I'm going to take it all the way up, and you're going to see it go faster. And then I can slow that down there as well. 131 through 170 is fade mode. And same thing, channel 7 is going to adjust the speed of that. So that's all the way up there, which becomes a strobe again. I can bring it down a little bit. and you got a little bit of a fading going on and real slow, which all the way down. And then 171 through 210, this is your flow mode. And as you see, it's going from one end to the unit to the other, and 7 will speed that up as well. So I'm bringing that up, and you can see that it's speeding up. It's going to go all the way into a faster, almost strobe, and then back down to a slow. And then 211 through 255, bring that all the way up, and now we're in sound activation mode. Okay, so that was channel 6, and we already did 7. That was the speed control 4-6, so they work together. So channels 2, 3, and 4 work with channel 1, and channels 6 and 7 work together as well. So that is all DMX. So as you see right now, it is on. It's just channels 1 through 4 set. But this is when we're going to get the remote control. I can pull out this tab, and on here we have power on and off. And there, now it's off. And that's on. So this actually controls the power. It also has on here all the buttons for the controls that were just here as well. So here we have all on, flow, fade, jump, strobe, and then fade and flow together. And then you actually can control the sensitivity and the speed as well. So obviously right now DMX is not controlling anything on here. But there is a button right here that says DMX. I hit it, and now it automatically switched it back over to DMX. So I have control over the board again. So this actually turns the DMX on and off. And just so you're aware, as I was hitting these buttons here, on the back, the panel was following along. So when I hit all on, it says all on. Flow says the same thing there as well. Fade actually says dinE. Jump says strobe. Strobe says flash, and then fade and flow says deflow. So what's nice is you can get the same control out of this remote that you can get out of the DMX panel as well, and you can actually use them both in tandem just by saying I want to use one or the other with the remote control. So once again, this has been Monkeying Around Reviews with the JLpow 27-watt dimmable and sound activated UV blacklight that works with DMX and the remote control while using the JLpow 25-foot 3-pin XLR cables. If you've used any of this before, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below, and as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Hmm?